air conditioning recharge, brand new condenser on a 2014 Mercedes E350. We will be charging this one with 590 grams, as you can see right there. And give you the engine code so you know what engine this matches up to. This is a USA model. I know some of you guys in the EU and Asian countries have different engine platforms. So for the same model and same year, you'll have a different engine, and sometimes you'll have a different refrigerant quantity by weight. So you cannot always go buy a tag and look at it from one country and be in another country with the exact same model vehicle and think that it's going to be the same. They're not always the same. So we're ready to fill up. As you, let's see, right now it's 55 degrees Fahrenheit outside right now, taken at the air temperature right here. Let's zero out our scale. We are zeroed out. Make sure it reads every time. Always do this, never skip this procedure. Take it off and it should zero out. It zeroes out. We're ready to go. 590 grams liquid, high side. Close off the low side. Close off your vacuum pump because you'll get a mess if you make that mistake. And let's go to 590 grams. 1, 2, go. And we are with liquid. You could see the pulsation of the hose there vibrating because the liquid is going in. And we'll go up to 590 grams. Let's start choking it off. Almost there. Almost there. I'll leave that. Yep, perfect. All right, 590 grams. And I'll start this up, stabilize it. We will read, let's data graph the pressures on this, and it would help if I had my low side in. There we go. We'll start data graphing this, and you can see where it was in a vacuum at negative 29.9. It was actually 700 microns. You can see where I opened it up and it added the refrigerant. The refrigerant went in and it stabilized out at about 48 psi because of the temperature of the metal of the vehicle. So let's start it up, and let's watch it start up, and we'll data graph this and you'll watch the compressor. This is a variable displacement compressor, and this compressor does have a clutch, but it is variable displacement. So you can see that, here we go, we're at 50 psi now. Okay, we started. Let's get the temperature down here. Let's go max cool. We'll just do that right away. And there we go. Compressor just started. You can see the low side. There goes the high side. So I'll graph this another, say 2 or 3 minutes. And instead of just watching this, let's come back to the next video and I'll let it graph out and I'll let the temperature stabilize. And you won't miss anything because it'll be recorded and you'll get to see what happened. And the body man came over and asked me, is the fan working? So I'm gonna find that out right here. Well, actually, let's find that out if the fan is working. Right now we're over 160 psi. If you can see right there, coming over, and it looks like the fan's working. And that was his concern, because when he was purging the coolant and he was running this vehicle, he could never get the fan. It's so cold, especially this morning, it was in the 40s. It was so cold, he never seen the fan working. So he thought after the front end collision and he put everything together, it wasn't working. But because now I have refrigerant in the system and I reached its 177 psi was where it kicked on the fan, and now the fan is operating. Now we're at 103 psi on the high side. You see our low side is staying rock steady. Whether we were 177 psi or we're 107 psi, we're basically staying almost level at 25 psi. So this is variable displacement. So now we're going to go into some fan cycling, And I'll leave this off right here so I could go start cleaning up my equipment and get back and writing my invoice, because I can't stay here and watch the graph swing by. I don't have that luxury of time because I am packed like hell. We've been having a lot of rain, so there's a lot of collisions, front end damage, and every time a car smashes the front of the vehicle, it smashes the condenser usually, and that's where I have to come in and do recoveries or recharge. Right now we're in San Francisco, California. California is going through a rainstorm, and I have so many jobs for just recovering refrigerant for so many body shops that are just packed with cars with front end damage. It's basically, if I wanted to work 24 hours a day, 9 days a week, say 36 hours a day, I can do it because there's that much work right now. All right, I'll see you guys later. In a minute, we'll let this data graph for a while.